Welcome back everyone, it's Evan57 here. We are back on Neverwinter, and today I have another video for you. This one will be a how-to and basically a farming video for the brand new event, the Siege of Neverwinter. As you can tell, the city of Neverwinter here, Protector's Enclave, is under attack. Everything's on fire, it's dark, it's actually really cool looking. Basically, you'll start at this guy right here. He's going to give you two basic quests, and then you can look at the rewards. The cult bounty rewards don't really have a lot of great stuff, but there's die packs and the champion's horn. And then what everybody wants is the Neverwinter Defenders pack. So basically, this is very easy to do. There's one way to get the defense supplies, which as you can see is crafting. I'm in the process of creating defense supplies. You can create those from most any materials that you run across or just buy with gold. So it's pretty easy to do that, but it takes time. And just go to any travel gate, and then you'll go down to where it says Siege Battlefield and go there, and that's actually the area for this event. So everything we'll be doing will be in this area. Talk to this lady, pick up the Siege in Neverwinter. This little quest that's basically to complete 2 heroic events. If you want, you can talk to the shopkeeper here, our rewards, and, you know, same cult bounty and all that. Now, I will be doing this on my level 60 control wizard. This is a level 6 to 60 area. The first thing you'll notice, and the reason why I'm doing it as basically everything you need to know, how to farm it, and the tips and tricks video all rolled into one, is just so that since it's a limited time event, you only have to watch one video instead of watching 2 or 3. So you'll notice, first off, we have these little blue lights in the air. Kind of looks like something from the old Call of Duty Zombies when the mystery box would change spots. The light blue lights that you've seen that I was heading to right here, those indicate one of the heroic events that is just a basic one. It's not a dragon. It'll be, you know, defend the camp like this one is, or repel the assault, and, you know, then you'll have to kill the assault leader, which is actually pretty easy, especially if you're a high DPS character, or you bring a few friends in here with you. If you do have a couple friends, great. And then just collect your reward. This is, of course, also on the Xbox One, so, you know, PC has already had it. You can have your Dragon Horde coffer, which is kind of a treasure for the next DLC that'll be coming out after this event ends. In the meantime, what you want to do is retreat back to this area when there isn't an event up, and just go ahead and kill the little cult members. They will count towards your quest, killing the, or culling the cultists. So that's a nice treat. Plus, these guys don't drop the normal items that the cultists drop anywhere else. So you're not going to get treasure from them. You're not going to get scrolls or unidentified items. The only things that you can get from these guys are basically for your rewards, your, you know, either main quest progress, the Dragon Horde coffers. Occasionally they can drop the Cult of the Dragon insignia, but that's extremely rare that they drop that. The main thing is you want to be using your Dragon's Horde enchantments or your Timora's Lucky Coin enchantments. And because I'm using my Dragon's Horde enchantment, you'll see that's why I'm getting these paradots and other refinement stones. So this is a very good way to form and farm refinement points. Also keep an eye on the sky, because you'll see that blue light come up. Normally the events spawn between every 45 to every 90 seconds. So they're pretty frequent. Also, you'll see a lot of people popping up, you know, 200 up or change instance, things like that. Don't change instance, don't pop it up in chat. It's not worthwhile. The events spawn so often that, you know, there's no point in the time that it would take you to change instance. You know, the event that you wanted would already be up. So, yeah, one of those things. Come on, game, don't lag on me now. Oh, that's one thing that this area does seem to be a little bit more laggy than some of the other areas, and I think that's just because it's a new area that they opened up, you know, a limited time thing. You have all the different Cult of the Dragon people here to fight. There's an event that can spawn back here that's destroy the catapults. Oh, there we go. Now you see those the dark blue kind of purple looking light. Come on, game, quit lagging. I do apologize for that. That is Neverwinter lagging, because for some reason it does in this area, and it lags quite a bit, so make sure you use a soul forge just in case. But anyways, that blue purple light, that is the dragon, and just go towards that, and oh, I leveled up. Okay, sweet. But basically that's a regular dragon, and they have a much lower defense rating than the dragons in the open world, so they are a lot faster to kill. However, they don't drop anything that a normal dragon would drop. The only stuff you're going to get are the insignias and probably a face full of acid. But the insignias and the dragon horde coins. So keep in mind, whatever character you're using, there are a lot of low-level people in this area. So most likely you're not going to have a tank that can pull the aggro off of you. If you're using a control wizard and you want to know the build that I'm using, I'll leave an annotation to the video for the control wizard build. But other than that, basically it doesn't matter, just expect to pull the aggro. And all you have to do is walk into one of these heroic events and get a hit in. You can be there for literally all of like 2 seconds and then have the event end, and you'll still get credit for it. As far as whether or not these dragons actually count towards the achievement for killing 1,000 dragons, I don't know. I haven't been able to prove it or disprove it yet, but so far it looks like they don't count towards it. So I wouldn't recommend that you stay in this area purely for the purpose of farming the dragons. This dragon's almost dead. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. Oh, there we go. Alright, so collect the reward. As you'll see, you get Dragon Horde coins and Dragon Cult insignia. You will notice that occasionally you have a defense supplies that drops, and that's like the best reward that you can get. You can get, there's also a Medal of Valor. You can get that as a drop from one of these heroic events, but I've farmed this for probably the better part of 12 hours, and I have not gotten one of those yet. Also, those are non-transferable. Any of the stuff that you get is non-transferable. It's bound to character, so make sure that you do everything with the same character. Then you go back, turn in this quest, gives you like 4,000 XP, a Rite of Commendation, and the Dragon Sigil. So turn that in, because that's worth doing. Now, if you have enough, see with the rites, you can buy like the Salvager's Enchantment, Bag of Insignia, Battlefield Medic, but none of that stuff's really that great. What you really want is the Neverwinter Defenders pack. As far as the Cult bounty goes, you can buy 2 different die packs. You can buy a better cart, which is good if you're making more defense supplies. And then the most expensive thing you can buy is the Champion's Battle Horn, which I'll do a separate video on the Champion's Battle Horn. Sadly, this quest can only be done once a day like the normal quests, so you know there's no way to stockpile those rights. You basically just have to wait. but personal preference. Now you'll see that, wow, there's a dragon spawned in the back already. So very easy, just run to the back. It is possible to have multiple events up at the one time. You could have a regular one and a dragon. I've even seen both dragons spawn at the same time. Also, it's usually not always the same dragon. You can have a black dragon, you can have an ice dragon, you can have a lightning dragon. The only thing that I have not seen is the Dragolich. I do not believe it's capable of spawning here. So that's good, because they're really freaking annoying to deal with. But probably the most annoying one for the control wizard is the lightning, and the least annoying one is just your regular, you know, fire dragon or something like that, which is what we have right now, is just a regular fire dragon. So if you guys want, you're more than welcome to test it, see if it counts towards your progress for the achievement. Personally, I have not been able to determine that it does, and therefore I usually don't spend a long time here. But that's basically what you're going to do, is just keep an eye up on the sky for those blue lights. As soon as you see a blue light, go towards it and complete whatever the event is as fast as possible. If you're on a world where nobody's there, change instance. Don't try and pull other people to your instance. That's just going to get people confused, and most people are not paying attention to that chat anyways. Probably best thing you could do if you want more people, go on your friends list, get a couple friends to join you. And especially if you got a couple people with level 60s, it makes it a lot easier. If you are going to farm this, and you're playing pretty much any class other than tank or healer, I recommend that you try and find either someone else doing this and group up with them, for the fact that you really need somebody as a tank or a healer. A healer to heal you if you're pulling aggro, and a tank to pull the aggro, because most of the time you'll end up pulling the aggro with a high DPS build. But other than that, if you have potions and scrolls of dragon slaying, they do work against these dragons. So if you want that little bit extra attack and defense, you can get it that way. And basically, really, that's it. It's just a matter of running in a circle. When the dragons aren't up or the events aren't active, just kill the regular minions for a chance at getting those refining stones, and at least you'll be able to stockpile your refinement stones and then be able to upgrade your gear and your artifact weapon, or whatever other, you know, artifacts you're using or enchantments you're using. You'll be able to upgrade them a lot faster. So definitely kind of a cool event. I like the fact that they made it, you know, all dark and, you know, kind of destroyed and soot in the air and everything. It really looks cool, but I kind of wish the rewards were better from it, because in my personal opinion, there's not really, well, not really much to do with the rewards, you know, that are actually decent. There's dragon glyphs, but, you know, those glyphs don't really do anything because nobody ever uses the draconic armor set. So there's no point in having the overload slot, and that's the only slot that you can put something like that in. The horn is interesting. I'll show you that real quick. It gives you a little fast movement speed for 3 seconds and some temporary hit points for 8 seconds. But it has a 10-minute cooldown, so yeah, I don't know, personal opinion. If you like it, good. If not, I don't think you're missing out on anything farming for that particular item. But yeah, and as you see, I'm not getting any defense supplies from doing this. It is a rare, very rare drop to get the defense supplies. But then all you're going to do is keep an eye on the sky. As you can see, that dragon was up, yet we had a pale blue light over here. This one looks like it's going to be at the main camp, so this is probably the one. This is the worst one, in my opinion, because this one you have to slay 250 cultists, and that one actually does take a pretty long while to do. As a control wizard, you want to be right here, basically in this little gully that they come down. There's another aquamarine. because they're mostly going to spawn a large group of cultists right in this area. So if the other people that are on the world can kill the cultists below you, you can easily work on killing the cultists as they spawn up here. And then the 250 doesn't really take that long to do. But you have to kill the cultists. See, there just spawned a few of them, so I'll just go in and nuke them to try and put the spawn point back up here and make it go by a little bit faster. But basically, you need people on each side. You need people on the left side and you need people on the right side so that you force the enemy to spawn in a specific location and you can kill them faster. So again, you're going to use all AoEs, really no single target powers as a control wizard. Even as a trickster rogue, like smoke bomb is very good. Anything that disorientates, dazes, or otherwise immobilizes enemy is very good to use, especially if it's a multi-target or an area of effect power. Damage over time is not really that great, only because, well, everything dies pretty quickly, so you want more initial damage, not necessarily bleed or fire or anything like that. If you do have a plague fire gem, that's very helpful. One other quick tip, these dragon horde coffers, if you're in a group, if one drops, it can be seen by anyone in the group, but only one person can pick it up. So what you want to do is you want to put the loot to round robin for the group, and this way one person will get the drop and then the next person will get the drop and so on. And this way everybody gets at least some of those dragon horde coffers, unless you're playing by yourself, which, for the purposes of this video, I'm playing by myself, so it makes it, easy. You don't have to set the loot. You just basically kill everything, and what drops, drops. As you can see, this area, I'm right in the middle of the spawn, so this is where you want to be, and you do have to kind of be careful of the golems and their sword attack. The golems and their sword attack can kill you. That's probably the most annoying thing, but basically a combination of, for the control wizard, icy terrain, steal time, sudden storm, conduit of ice are pretty much the best powers that you can go with. Usually want to try, make sure those guys don't run past you. The assassin drakes are really annoying because, as you can see, you can get, if you're not careful, you can kind of get overwhelmed, and there was that sword attack that I told you about that's almost an instant kill. That's why you really do want to have Soul Forge, especially due to the fact that I'm not in a group right now with a cleric. If I was in a group with a cleric, it would make life a lot easier, so I do recommend that if you want to farm this, try and find yourself a cleric. It will make your life so much easier. Alright, so there we go. Now we killed 250 cultists. Now we have to kill this occult general. So basically dump everything that you have on the general. This fight can get pretty crazy because there's some other golems, some shit in the way that spawns. And then collect your reward. Again, I didn't get any defense supplies or anything good, but that's basically what you do, is you just keep farming those events. When you're not farming the event, you'll go and kill any of the members of the Cult of the Dragon that you see, and that's just basically to try and get yourself some refinement stones. So, very easy to do. You can get a lot of refinement stones. You can build up a lot of the Cult insignias really quick, so you can buy your 200 point items, 400 point items, anything like that you can buy really quickly. It's just the horn that takes a while to buy. So if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, make sure you post a comment. And I wish my game wouldn't freeze right now. Like I said earlier, that's a bad thing about this area, is it freezes very frequently. It usually won't disconnect you, but it does freeze very frequently. You can also come up here to this safe area, and very easily you can see the blue lights. and see where they actually spawn. So, like right now, that dragon's up. I could go run and kill it again, but I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, so make sure that you smash the like button. This is a limited time event, and go ahead, try it out, have fun, subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.